Keys and codes, combinations and revelations. No longer restricted access. This is a place of elevation. He gave me power over position and wisdom for my reality. He said no weapon formed would be a match for my vitality, which brings me to this moment, this fight, this wave. I'm standing in my purpose. I'm standing in my
Hello,
purpose.
and welcome back to the Purpose Producer Podcast. My name is Georgia Dawkins, and I'm your host. Welcome to season 4. This season, we are jumping into a special series called Black Boy Joy. And today, we get to talk to the Black boy whose joy inspired this series. But first, we got to meet his mama, okay? You've already seen her all over the internet. This was inspired by a video, but I want you to meet my classmate, Sommer, who we went to FAMU together. Sommer, I haven't seen you in so long, but thank God for social media. How you doing, sis?
So I'm Sommer, now Jean, and this is my handsome, beautiful son, Mekhi, and he is in the 6th grade, and this is my other handsome man in my life, Jeffrey Jean, and that's my husband.
Well, it's nice to meet you. Hey, Jeffrey, welcome to the family. Welcome. I'm so excited for you guys. I'm wondering, the whole world has been introduced to your love story through this viral video. What is it like to know that everybody's seen it?
You can hug mommy.
Yeah, give her a hug.
Happy tears?
Oh my gosh, it's been amazing. I mean, it's just been a real inspiration, I think. We definitely feel blessed and highly favored that we were chosen to share our love with the world, especially through this beautiful vessel that's sitting next to us. He's so sweet. So I'm just feel blessed as his mom to get to have the world see what I see every day.
Mekhi, you're famous now. Is school different? Can you walk down the street without somebody recognizing you?
It's different at school. A lot of people are like, "Oh, Mekhi, I saw you on that video on TikTok. You're so famous. The only most likes I've got was like 3."
You're setting middle school on fire, okay? They know your name, and I know that this is just the beginning because I see that you have just a very endearing spirit. Jeffrey, what has it been like for you and your newfound fame?
I'm behind the scenes. This has just been a very emotional moment between my wife and my stepson, and I'm just blessed to bask in it and support. It was an incredibly beautiful and organic moment that has touched millions of people across the world, whether it's within this country or other countries. We've had different individuals reach out to us from all parts of the world. So it's just been a captivating moment. So I'm just in full support of it.
So people from other countries, that's amazing. That's international, viral, fame. And it seems like it just happened overnight. What was it like to see the CBS This Morning feature? That was amazing.
Oh my gosh, it was so cool. Like we actually saw it on social media first, and then it got shared through my makeup artist at the time, Natalie Lewis. She's amazing, by the way, guys. She actually shared it with me, and it was just fantastic to see that. I was just excited that Drew Barrymore was like, "Girl, you're a great mom." That's how I took it, at least. So I felt good about that.
What she said.
That is amazing. I also saw the video on Natalie's page. Natalie Lewis is a good friend of mine, also from Tallahassee. She's done my makeup, so I just want to take a moment to celebrate her and her ministry.
Absolutely.
And I want to back it up a little bit. I want to go to before the wedding, before the dress, before the reveal. Jeffrey, how did you and Sommer meet?
We met in 2021 off of online dating, using a dating app. And we dated for about a month, a little over a month before we made it official and before I eventually met Mekhi. And we essentially grew our relationship from there, thus leading into our engagement in November of 2021. And we spent the whole year of 2022 planning what you witnessed, and 8 other million people did last weekend.
Look, that pandemic love hits different. You know, that pandemic love, that's coming on the other side of quarantine after you've had to spend a lot of time with yourself. You know exactly who you are and exactly what you want. Sommer, how did you know that Jeffrey was the one?
Honestly, I knew Jeffrey was the one when I saw him with Mekhi for the first time. I was very protective of Mekhi, and I didn't want to just bring anyone around my son, of course, as a mom. And he also has children, so we did the same thing with his kids. But everything happened so organically, and watching him be with Mekhi, really, I was like, okay, this is special. I think this could work. So it was definitely a blessing for sure.
All right, so Mekhi, you were the test. All right, so Jeffrey had to come through you. How did you know that he was the one for your mama?
My mom was smiling a lot more than usual.
Look, I've known your mom for a long time, and she's always had that smile. And so for her to be smiling a lot more than usual says a lot about Jeffrey. I'm wondering, why was it important for you to capture that moment of Mekhi seeing you in your dress on your big day?
Oh, it was because Mekhi and I have been through a lot together. You know, I've been raising him by him. Of course it takes a village, but I've been pretty much raising him by myself as a single mom for the past 9 years before we met Jeff. And it was just important for me to have that moment with my son, for him to validate that moment and to make sure he was okay as well. That was everything to me, because it starts with him, and if he's not happy, I can't be happy. So it just meant everything to me to have that moment with him and to see him smile and say he was happy for me. I mean, it was the most beautiful moment. I'm just happy that we got to share it with America.
I mean, we all felt it. I mean, because just seeing your raw reaction to your mom and the tears, I was just thinking, we don't get to see Black boys like this. We don't get to see them, be happy for their moms and love. And, that was just so special. So, Mekhi, what were you thinking when you saw your mom? What was your first thought?
Don't cry.
Wait, for you not to cry, or for your mom?
For me not to cry.
I was just watching the wedding recap. Jeffrey, what was it like for you to see Sommer in her dress?
It blew my mind. A lot of emotions began to stir up, mostly from everything that we've experienced in development to that moment, how much it meant to us, how much we infused our Christianity and God into our relationship, more so than we've ever done so before in the past. And all of those things culminating together, and seeing him on her arm was the final icing on the cake, because there was no other individual that would have mattered or meant more to her in that moment. So all those rush of emotions, and I'm a father, so I've cared for him as a son from the moment I first met him, and just witnessing that, I knew it was going to be a lifelong memory that we'll never forget.
What is it that you want your children to know about love, about true love? What do you tell them about what love looks like?
Well, for me, I definitely want Mekhi to know that, you can have love in the Black community. It is okay to see Black love and understand Black love and to receive Black love and to give Black love. Like all of those things are very important. And I think that we don't get that a lot. We don't get to see our boys express themselves a lot. We're told they're told that they have to have this demeanor, that they have to be tough and they can't express. So seeing him express love in the way that I express love is everything for me. And I definitely want him to know that that's okay. You know, everyone expresses love differently, but it is okay to express love as a Black man in society.
And it's okay to show emotion. Like Mekhi, I don't know if you know this, but you freed so many people just by being exactly who you are and reacting the way you reacted. Like there was no right or wrong way to do it, but you did it authentically. And that gave other people, not just other Black boys, but other people permission to feel and to embrace love. You know, Jeffrey, you talked a little bit about infusing Christianity more into your relationship. What role has God played in your relationship thus far?
Great question. It has definitely been the center of all that I deem necessary in my life, regardless if it's my professional life, my life as a parent, close friends and family, and most importantly, as a kingdom husband. Sommer and I have gone through a series of different events in our relationship that has continued to force us to strive towards keeping God at the center of it. And I think in terms of why it's important, you know, with love, God being at the center of it, or your faith in Christianity, will allow you to continue to receive his favor and not go back into doing things that was familiar. Learn behavior. We talk about that all the time, learn behavior and breaking that cycle. And my wife answered it beautifully. Love in the Black community very, very much so exists. And I think some of those trauma events and those learned behaviors in the Black community, they oftentimes don't get broken because there isn't God within the midst of it to kind of, force them to choose their favor. So that's how I've led my life in this new season of my life, which is the best season of my life, being married to Sommer.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love it. I wish I could just hug you guys. You know, this is absolutely an honor for me to talk to you. You guys just got married. Has it even been 2 weeks yet? This is fresh.
No.
8 days.
8 days. Woo!
Congratulations on 8 days. This is the Purpose Producer Podcast, so we have to talk about purpose. What is your purpose as a couple and your purpose as a family?
Well, I think I'll start. Purpose as a couple for sure is to continue to lead our children in what our faith is and continue to show them that how to be kingdom men in this life and understand that God's favor will always prevail. You know, we never ever in a million years thought that we would get 1 like or 5 likes, let alone 2.5 million likes on TikTok. Like, so just all of those different things and seeing how if you put God first and you put him at the forefront of your life, you will see how he can bless you and your family and your children. And so I definitely want to teach. That's what I want to teach our boys. And then for our relationship, of course, keeping God at the forefront always. That's how you are always going to prevail and getting where you want to go in your relationships. So absolutely having God at the forefront of that is always going to be, you know, it's just that's how you're going to get to where you're going. Just to be, you know.
Absolutely. Great answer, babe. For me, having 3 boys and a male dog, by all intents and purposes, but nothing but boys in the house, and I have my wife who gets the pleasure of all this attention and love and affection, much deserved. But for me, in addition to that, is the modeled role and behavior. Something that's extremely important to me as a man, as a father, as a leader in this household, to model the appropriate ways and methods to walk a Christ-like fashion. I've never endorsed it as much as I do now because of the things that I've experienced in my past. It warrants me to become closer to God. It's kind of like God continues to put you in postured positions to realize you can't do it on your own. That's why he's here, and he walks with us through it all. So part of that responsibility in modeling what it looks like to be a kingdom man, to love unconditionally, even when it's difficult, to love as we are commanded to do so, even when it's challenging. And of course, as a husband, to become the promised partner for my wife that she's always ever wanted her whole life, which is someone that is gentle, kind, loving, will show her love unconditionally despite whatever course or trauma may come with that. The Bible commands me to do so as a man and as her husband. So.
Mekhi, Sommer, Jeffrey, thank you so much for joining me today. But before we leave, Mekhi, I have to ask the question I think everybody's thinking. What do you want to be when you grow up?
You want me to tell you all the things?
I want to hear it all. I want to hear it all because everybody who's listening, we want to know how we can support you in your dreams.
I like art as, not like as a full-time job, but I like art. And I do want to be famous. I want to be a famous actor.
Check that off.
I want to be a comedian. Well, that's kind of it. I thought there was more things.
What do you want people to know about your mom and about Jeffrey? What are some good things that we need to know about the people, who they are?
Cool people.
Cool people.
That works.
I think that's an honor. I think any parent would be happy to hear their child say, "Cool people, cool, they cool, they cool." Is there anything that you want to say to the people who have been wishing you well? You know, people who've never met you before, but they saw that moment and said, "That's a good family. That's a good mom." What do you want to say to your fans?
I would like to say thank you. And you're also pretty cool people. I'm saying that. Really cool people.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Sommer, Jeffrey, any words to the viewers, the 2.8 million?
I just want to say thank you again to everyone who supported our family, supported that moment. Again, like I said, that moment was everything to me, and it was something that I didn't even expect to share, but I'm so glad we did, and I'm so thankful for all the people who have said that my son is amazing, who all have contributed to his GoFundMe, to support his art dreams. I mean, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so very much. We are humbled, and we just thank God for really blessing us the way he has, and thank y'all for supporting our little one.
Jeffrey, any words to the person out there who's waiting to find love? You know, you guys just found love, you know, within the last couple of years, and you're already married. What words of advice do you have to that person who is just hoping that their love is out there?
There's promise and consistency and remaining faithful to it. One of the things that I learned in this process is understanding that you're going to evolve, but you have to remain consistent towards it. And you cannot allow the barriers to become so overwhelming that you stop wanting to be consistent and you stop wanting to be pushing through. That was one of the things that Sommer said that I was successful at with her son, in just being consistent throughout, because that mattered a lot to me for a multitude of reasons, not just being her partner and eventually her husband, but just my own development and my relationship with him as well.
Thank you for the words you have shared and the love that you've poured into our viewers and our listeners. I thank you so much, and I wish you a healthy, happy, joy-filled marriage.
Thank you so much.